Nicholas Martinez woke up parched and groggy in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. He glanced over at his alarm clock and checked the time. 3:22. Only a couple hours until he had to wake up in the morning to head to school. Nicholas decided it'd be a good idea to head over to the kitchen and pour himself a glass of water before heading back to bed. Little did he know what a devastating mistake this would be. He got out of his bed and stepped lightly over to his kitchen, trying not to wake up his parents or sister. Something felt off about the house, but he couldn't quite put his finger on it. He noticed that one of the windows was open, but being as tired as he was, he didn't think much of it. Maybe one of his parents had opened it that evening. He made his way to the kitchen and grabbed a glass, but it slipped from his grasp and he dropped it onto the floor. He bent over to pick it up, and at that moment his fate was sealed. In a fraction of a second, he heard the pummeling, heavy footsteps of an unknown threat approaching him at blistering speeds. Before he could even turn around, the invader had forced Nicholas to the floor and placed his large, meaty fingers over Nicholas' mouth. Nicholas was able to slightly turn his head to get a look at the man grappling him. The man was over 7'5", with biceps the size of basketballs and a frame reminiscent of a demigod. The man's skin was darker than charcoal and his tongue was out and dripping saliva on the back of Nicholas' neck. Nicholas yelled through the muffled hand, "Release! Release!" The man did not listen and began gripping him harder, slobbering all over Nicholas' neck and massaging it with his tongue. Nicholas began praying to God, hoping that his parents or sister would hear the commotion. But nobody woke up to help him. "You're mine now." The man began grunting harder and harder and harder still. "I've been watching you walk to the bus stop every day. You thought I wouldn't notice that bubbly, meaty orbital clacksack ballooning around my neighborhood every day? Don't make a sound. It'll be over soon." Nicholas began screeching as the man ripped a hole into his organs. It was too late. The power of the back shots created shockwaves that released energy comparable to nuclear fission. Windows shattered and trees uprooted, flying into debris and knocking over streetlights. When it was over, there was no trace of Nicholas, nor his house. Everything was consumed by the back shots,